Welcome back to Morning Joe. Joining us now from Chicago, member of the House Judiciary Committee, Democratic Congressman Luis Gutierrez of Illinois. Thank you for being on the show this morning. So you are against the bill backed by President Trump. Tell us why.
Let me first of all start from a personal perspective. My mom and dad came in the 1950s. Mom had a 5th grade education. My dad an 8th grade education. They didn't speak a lick of English, yet they worked really hard. They sweated and they toiled. And their son got to become a member of the Congress of the United States. That's a tradition that I don't want to deny to others. It's a tradition that has given me such great opportunities. I mean, I look at the bill and I think to myself, well, Senator Rubio wouldn't be a senator, and Senator Cruz wouldn't be a senator because their dads and moms wouldn't have been allowed into this country if you would have used these standards. And just one quick moment. In my house, growing up, a Catholic household, we had 2 pictures. We had a picture of the Pope in the kitchen, and we had a picture of President Kennedy. I mean, Patrick Kennedy, who fled at the height of the famine, Irish famine in the 1840s, his great-grandson became President of the United States. So on the basis of tradition, Mika, and of our great tradition of accepting people and making America the great country that it is, I have to oppose this bill.
Yeah.
Steve Rattner.
Congressman Steve Rattner, there are many of us, including some of us on the set here, who wouldn't be here but for liberal or, in fact, non-existent immigration policies when my grandparents came. But on the other hand, it wasn't long ago that many Democrats, including even Bernie Sanders, raised concern about low-skilled or unskilled immigrants and what the effect that their arrival would have and their working would have on the wages of lower-skilled Americans. What's wrong with that argument? Why is that argument not an accurate argument?
Because the jobs that immigrants are filling today. And so what I would say to you, Mr. Rattner, is the following. There are 2 million people that work in our agricultural. Those are the people that go out in the fields every day. And there are dairy farmers, too. I want to be and support the American farmer and American agriculture. And the fact is this. The food, when we walk into our grocery stores at the produce section, that food was picked by foreign hands, has been picked by foreign hands, and in the future will be picked. Because another thing is true. No one on the panel today, nor this member of Congress, is sending their kids to school to work at pretty hard, back-breaking work in the fields of America. So. Right. Look, I'm listening to the farmers of America. I wish Senator Cotton and Senator Perdue would listen to their farmers. And here's what they're going to tell them. They're going to tell them we need those workers and they're vital. And I know that we talk a lot about, energy independence. What about food independence? And who makes sure that that food? Right. And so I understand you want skilled workers. And let me be very, very clear. 2004, I introduced a bill with Senator McCain, Senator Kennedy, and then Congressman Flake. It was a bipartisan bill. Yeah. We made sure that we, in that bill, introduced and brought workers as our economy needed those workers, right? So I get that, especially high-skilled worker. Look at the Senate bill in 2013, the one that was approved in the summer. 69 votes, Republicans and Democrats. We recognize the need to have skilled workers, but let me just add this. At the same time, I also understand the need of having a Department of Education that says, let's have America first, and let's have Americans that are born in the United States fulfill those jobs, and let's educate them and create an environment where they can fill those jobs.
All right, Congressman Luis Gutierrez, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it.
Definitely emotional issue.
Emotional issue, but Anna, if you look at what you're hearing on the Democratic side and from Republicans like Lindsey Graham, it does look like this proposal is going nowhere.
I don't think it is. I also think it's really interesting if you look at some of the demographic and electoral analysis of Trump voters, there are counties where there are actually very little illegal Mexican immigrants. It's the people who don't really have very much truck with illegal immigrants who seem to be the most upset by it. But you do see that one of the biggest issues in any Trump county is the opioid epidemic, where he's not doing anything
about it, yeah.
So this is all rhetoric. It's not actually delving into the lives of the people that supported him. I think that's going to come back to hurt him.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.